Alright, we're going to call this one Handstands and Hamstrings. So we're going to focus on those two things specifically. We're going to have mobility and handstand strength supersets. So we're going to start off with a basic wrist routine. Being that we spend a lot of time in support in a handstand, the following wrist routine is going to be crucial. So this is one of the wrist routines that we recommend to all our new members as we start off. Now, I'll be kneeling. And what I want to do is I'm going to just work on these very simple rotations of the elbow. So I'm just rotating my elbow pit forward, and then I'm rotating my elbows out. And what you'll notice is when I rotate my elbows out, they tend to bend slightly. When I rotate them forward, they tend to lock out. And that is really step number one to handstands. So once I mastered that, what I want to do is when I turn the elbows forward, I'm going to add a little rock. So I'm just going to rock with it, lean with it, forward and backwards. So every time I lean forward, I'm pressing into the ground with my fingertips, trying to almost curl my fingertips in. And I'm just getting used to what it's going to feel like to load the wrist up. So from here, I'll turn my wrist out sideways, and I can rock side to side, and then I'm just going to continue rotating my wrist until they're facing back, and then I'm just going to lean and rock back. I'm just opening up the forearms, again getting the wrist ready for support. So I can play with some different spinal positions too. It definitely makes a difference. The shoulders and everything downstream, elbows and wrists are all connected. So if I make my back real round and then I perform the same stretch, it definitely strengthens the stretch. So we want to make sure we're engaged in the shoulders. Then I'm going to peel the hands off, shake them out a little bit, flip them forward, and then what I'm going to do is start working on the hands. So I'm pressing through the knuckles, only the knuckles. And I'm just going to lift the palm of my hand off the ground, trying to keep those elbow pits rotated forward. That's going to kind of be the moral of the story. Rotated elbow pits forward. Then I'm going to go fingertips. All of the hand is now peeling and lifting off of the ground. Awesome. So that's the front side of the wrist. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the wrist and I'm going to flip them over. Now I like to do one wrist at a time. So I have the right wrist down on the floor. I'm going to trap it down, and then I'm just going to rotate, and I'm just going to lean away, or actually towards the fingers. And again, I'm trying to keep the arms locked out here. So the palm's actually facing up, and then my 5 fingers are facing in. And I'm going to do about 5 rocks, shake it out, come to the other side. So again, I rotate, and then I lean over. This side is a little bit tighter for me, but I work on it. That's why doing this one side at a time is always a good idea. Awesome. So I'm going to do maybe one more just because this is the tight side. Perfect. So now what we're going to do is we're going to start warming up the shoulders. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a towel. So this towel is one of the shorter towels. I'm going to roll it up like so. And then we're going to work on a couple different raises. I'm going to start off facing this way so you guys can see what's going on from the side. So I'm going to have shoulder width apart with my grip. And then I'm going to bring the towel overhead. Now, when I do this, what typically ends up happening is we get some overextension in the back. So we need to work on focusing on drawing the rib cage in, squeezing the hips forward, and then driving through the shoulders. So I'm just going to come down and right back up. We're kind of building, we're getting the body used to what it's going to feel like to be in that lined up handstand position. So I get to the top, big shrug, belly down, head neutral. But don't let the head pop forward. Don't allow the arms to bend. Just so you can get a little extra. Rotate the arms up. Reach through the arms. Right? And then again, make sure that you're keeping the ribs down. I'm going to do about 3 more. keeping tension in the towel. Then from there, we're gonna start getting into these hamstrings. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bend the left leg up forward first, my chest onto my thigh. And then I'm just going to start to walk my knee back. And as I walk my knee back, it's going to start to extend the front leg. So one of the common misconceptions is that you have to have a straight leg to stretch your hamstrings. Not true. We're starting off in this bent position and then just kind of walking back is going to be a super strong hamstring stretch. It's going to make sure that we're stretching a little higher up into the hamstring. I want to make sure that I'm rotating into the stretch. And then from here, play with some ankle circles. Just so I'm active. I can flatten out the spine. And then I can work on a couple pulses where I'm just extending the leg. And I'm just gonna rock forward. Woo. Do the same thing on the other side. So again, hug and love the thigh. And then just walk it back. Once you reach max tension, hang out for a little bit. A couple breaths here. And then again, start working on flattening out the back. And then you can work on straightening out the front leg. Good. And then I'll just lean back forward where I came from. Swing it back. Now what we're going to do is we're going to start building the split handstand. So progression number 1, all I want to work on is I'm going to start off in a raised plank. So you'll put your hands on top of a raised surface. This can be a chair, this can be a couch, whatever works for you. And then what I need to understand is that when I press back, my goal should be to have a flat back. So I shouldn't be rounding in the back, and I shouldn't be arching or overextending. So I'm just right in the middle, nice and flat. Then I have my feet together, and what I want to work on is just extending one leg out. Now, as I extend that leg out, I'm going to work on shrugging through the shoulders and making sure that I don't overextend. So less is more here. We want to keep it nice and flat. I'm trying to make a 90-degree or a T position. And then I'm just going to lean forward and then come right back where I came. And I'm just going to shift back and forth. Do about 10 reps. So I'm driving this heel into the ground. We call it hamstrings for nothing. Hamstrings and handstands, right? Believe it or not, this is a key fundamental in gymnastics. Just this T position right here. Okay, so now that I've kind of opened up my hamstrings and my shoulders, we're going to get into the activation section. So for this activation section, we're going to do 45 seconds worth of movement. We're going to recover for 10 seconds. I want to give you guys a quick rundown of the 2 movements that we're going to do. The first one is the lunge to split. This is going to target the hamstrings. And then the second one is going to be the walk up to 90-degree handstand. Both fundamental handstand movements that you're going to need to master your freestanding handstand. The first movement, we're going to start off with a lunge. Now this is a long lunge. I want to already work on keeping the back leg straight, and then I'm actually leaning forward. Now for this to affect our handstand, we want to take our arms and bring them overhead, arms right by our ears. Then I'm going to shift, and I'm just going to drive my back heel as high as I can, and then I'm driving into this hamstring, trying to straighten it out, and just trying to make myself as parallel to the ground as possible. So again, just like earlier, I want to avoid twisting. My belly button is facing down to the ground, my thumbs are rotated up, and I'm reaching. And then I'm just going to come right back to the start position. So that's movement number 1. We got the lunge to split. From there, we got 15 seconds to transition. We're going to come over. We're going to have 2 options on movement number 2. We have the walk up to 90, where I'm flat on the ground. So this is going to be the little bit easier, lighter version. If I need more, I'm going to try to work on elevating the feet. So I elevate the feet, and then I just look for that 90-degree position, and then I just return right back where I came from. So that's movement number one. We got the lunge split. We're going to switch legs on each move. And then movement number two, we have the walk up to 90-degree handstand, guys. Getting after it in 3, 2, 1. Long lunge, reaching overhead. 90 or T is the goal. Right back where I came from. Lunge, reaching forward, trying to lock out that bottom leg. But again, never going too far in order to get extra range. I'm not twisting the hips. Stay nice and flat. Stay with me, guys. About halfway there. A little more than halfway. Just trying to keep my movement long. Now we're starting to really get warmed up. All right. So like I said, we have about 15 seconds as a break. Transition, whatever you want to call it. Starting in 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna go for the raised feet version, but don't let the ego get to you. If you need to go on the floor, jump on the floor. So things that I'm thinking about here: keep the arms parallel to each other. Don't let them go wide. Keep them close. Rotate and push at the top. Make sure you feel that stretch. 45 seconds. 15 to go. Five seconds. Try to straighten out the legs as much as you can. I got tight hamstrings. I'm doing my best. Woo! Saved by the bell. All right. Gotta tuck my shirt in. Woo! All right. We got one round down. I don't know if the microphone can keep up. All right, lunge. T. Again, keeping the knee right over the ankle, driving both legs overhead. Big long reach. About 20 seconds, guys. Stay with me. Now we know the movements. Just gotta keep on moving. If you fall, it's all good. Just get right back into it. Alright. Right back into the walk up to 90 degrees. So really the higher you go with this one. If you take the feet up a little bit higher, it's gonna get even harder. And go. See, now this is even heavier. And I'm just working that same thing. Try to get stacked. Try to open up the shoulders, especially at this top angle. Don't forget to lean forward here. Lots of strength to be gained there. About 20 seconds left, guys. Stay with me. Try to keep the fingertips facing forward. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, time. Woo. Woo. One more set. Alright, round 3. Here's where the grind comes. Right back into lunge, split. Now if you need to, you can kneel here. You can also not go as low. But just modify as need be. You start getting tired, shorten up the range a little bit. About 20 seconds, guys. Looking good. 10 to go. Big reach. Awesome. Last move of activation. I believe. All right. Break time's over in 3, 2, 1. To the top. It's that round 3 grind. So I went down a step. No worries. If you started off on the couch or the chair and you need to go down to the floor because you're getting saggy in your plank, you can't keep your arms straight anymore, no worries. Just come down. Get stronger every time. But the goal is to keep moving. 15 seconds, guys. 10 seconds. You got this. And time. All right, so that's activation, guys. We still got one last section. We got the finisher section coming right at you. All right, guys, we've made it to the finisher section. We've got 3 movements. We're gonna do 30 seconds of each movement. We're gonna have 10 seconds to transition. I wanna give you guys a quick breakdown of each movement. The first movement we are going to call the plank sprint. Basically what you're going to do is start off in a plank position, feet separated. This is gonna help you with balance. You're gonna shrug tall through the shoulders, lean over the wrist. Opposite arm, opposite shoulder. Bam. And you're just gonna switch back. I want you to go as quick as possible. Movement number 2, we're going to work on what's called the switch kick. Start in a plank position, bring the right leg forward. Switch legs in the air. Now I have the left leg forward. Switch. Now, depending on how comfortable you are with getting inverted, the option A just being a slow switch, and option B being a little bit higher, closer to that full handstand. You guys choose an option that works for you. Third movement, jump to handstand. So on this jump to handstand, I'm going to start off kneeling, raise the knees, hop. So beginner option. I'm just barely leaving the ground here. I'm working on landing quietly, loading up the arms. I've got to be straight the entire time. If I'm looking for more, add a little extra height, a little extra stall. The higher you go, the harder this option. All right, so again, 3 movements, 30 seconds. We're gonna go, and we're gonna repeat that for 3 rounds. Movement number 1, plank sprint. So on this one, the common error we gotta watch out for is don't let the hips go back. So make sure we're leaning the shoulders over the wrists. 15 seconds, guys, halfway there. I'm trying to picture there's a glass of wine on my back. Strong, straight arms, stable hips, trying to stop the rock. 3, 2, 1, break. All right, so I got the right leg shifted forward. These 10-second breaks aren't long. Starting in 3, 2, 1, rotate the elbows, kick it up, switch it. Choose something that makes you feel comfortable and that allows you to keep moving here. These workouts are just meant to push, play, and move. They don't have to be complex to work. Come on, guys, 10 seconds. I'm gonna go a little higher these last 10. You don't have to, just do what works for you. Woo! Arms are already on fire. Heart is kicking up. Jump to handstands. There we go. Good. So I'm trying to make sure I bring my knees to my chest and my heels to my bottom. Again, straight arms, consistent movement. Woo! Halfway there. Feeling the burn. Now this one's tricky because it'll get the legs involved. We got about 5 seconds. Fight for more. And time. Woo! Shoulders on fire after 1 round. 2 to go, guys. Stay strong. All right, 3, 2. Big or quick shoulder taps. This is kind of the lighter move for me. So I'm gonna try to really catch my breath. Already past the halfway mark. 10 seconds to go, guys. Stay with me. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Woo-wee. Pick up the handstand. I should have put a longer break. 3, 2, 1, and 1 with the burn, guys. You don't gotta go high, but you gotta keep moving. Halfway, 15 seconds. You don't think you can, but you can. Try to keep the landings quiet for the neighbors. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, time. Woo! You know it's a tough finisher when we're looking at the clock, but you can do it. I'm shaking the arm, I'm shaking them. Woo! Jump to handstands. All you gotta do is move. Legs on fire. 10 seconds down. 15. Notice how I can start dying out. I can let the knees touch the ground. Give me a second before I jump right back up. Do your best, but get the rest. Woo! 1 more round. Woo, I believe. All right, getting after it. 3, 2, 1. Good stuff, guys. Give me about 20 seconds left. This is that last round grind. You don't feel like you can, but you can. Got about 10 seconds left. 5, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Switch kicks coming at you. It's the real deal. It's only 30 minutes, but we're working hard. All right, big kicks. It's that third round. Gotta make them count. All right, already 10 down. Strong kicks, leaning over those wrists. It's almost over, guys. You can do anything for 10 seconds. Time. Last move. I know. I'm sad too. It's almost over. All right, 3, 2, 1. 30 seconds, guys. Gotta get after it. After this, we got a nice cool down. Easy peasy. Give me 15 seconds. Pushing way back now. 10 seconds. Final stretch, guys. 5, 3, 2, 1. Woo! I hope you guys enjoyed that. I'm gonna come over, cool it down a little bit. We use a chair, a couch, whatever. I'm gonna take a big breath, big exhale, drive the chin and chest into the ground, and just breathe. You can sway side to side. Good job today, guys. Woo! All right. So from here, I'm just gonna come over, get some extension, put my hands behind my back, just big shoulders, big chest, rotate and lift through the hips. Shift and rock. I'm just gonna do a couple wrist circles. Feels nice after a long day on the hands. All right, guys, thanks for joining me. We'll see you next time.